YouTube family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A and LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I should go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. You can join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of this channel, fam, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. Alright, fam, before we get this episode rolling, just a couple of disclaimers. I do not sell firearms, nor do I promote the sale of firearms or accessories or anything that would constitute a violation of YouTube community guidelines. Any reviews that I do on firearms or accessories are just that. They are for review purposes only. And if I reference the gun manufacturer or the company that happened to supply the product, I am just referencing that for disclosure purposes. All right? Now, fam, look. If you are not a member of the 2A in LA fam club, I do not know what you are doing at this point in time. As a member of the fan club, you receive unreleased content. You'll receive content early. You become automatically eligible for all the giveaways that we do in our bi-weekly live streams, fam. Look. I believe I offer some of the best giveaway opportunities on YouTube. So make sure you're a member of the fam club. It's only $2.99 a month. Just click on that join button down below. And if you are interested in any of the 2A in LA merchandise, just hit that QR code in the corner. You see it. You see it right there. That will take you to the 2A in LA channel. Also, you can sign up to participate in a lot of our giveaways there. So make sure you hit that QR code. All right, that's it. Now let's get back into the episode. All right, fam, let's get this episode rolling. So look, fam, I did a full review on the Staccato 3C 3.6 not too long ago. I told you in that video that this gun scored an 81 out of a possible 100. I told you that it proved to be very reliable for such a small gun, small barrel gun. It was surprisingly not very snappy. It was surprisingly flat. I told you it was lightweight and an excellent carry option if you're looking to carry a 2011. I had nothing but good things to say about the gun for the most part. Again, I thought that gun had a polymer grip. For a carry gun, that's not the worst thing. I thought the trigger was just right? But for the most part, I felt like it was a solid carry choice if you're interested in carrying a 2011 pistol. I told you at that time that for years I had been looking for a really good
sub 4-inch 2011 carry option, and I have my Staccato C2, but that gun is a thicker gun. It's 3.9 inches, so closer to 4 than 3, and so I always wanted something that was kind of in the mid to low 3s in terms of barrel length. And Cosaint and Covert answered my prayers when they delivered me my Kosen 3.5 inch 2011, and they make a few different variants. This gun is chunk ported up top. They also have an inline port variant, I think a V port variant, and they now have a DVC legacy version which has that STI grip module, which is a little bit longer, polymer, lighter weight. But I love my Cosaint 3.5, and so I thought it would be good to kind of compare the two. Now look, out of the box, this is just not a fair comparison. My gun was upgraded to have that gold package that you see here with all of the small parts. So there's some, I think my gun is a lot more aesthetically pleasing than the Staccato 3.6. But aside from that, I think you've got an aluminum grip, steel frame, steel slide. This gun is a heavier gun than this, although by 2011 standards, this gun is really lightweight, but not nearly as light as the Staccato. I'll put the weights, the unloaded weights of both up there so you can take a look at it. The Staccato has a 3.6 inch barrel. This is a 3.5. You would think maybe that this would be a little snappier than this, but because of the porting system, this gun is incredibly flat shooting. I would say everything about the Cosaint is better. I would say that, you know, arguably the coating is better, the machining is better. Cosaint just does a mighty fine job at making a really, really good firearm. Not that Staccato doesn't, but I think, you know, this is more of a duty rated gun, and this is more of a higher end kind of pistol. I don't know if you could pick that up from the shooting footage, but I'd say both of these guns are reasonable carry options. And I would say that while I think the Cosaint is significantly better from a fit and finish perspective, manufacturing perspective, even shootability perspective, better trigger, like I said, just better all around, it is also about $1,500 more expensive than the 3.6. So if you put in another $500 to $750 to get this gun ported, to do like a recoil reduction and a trigger job on it, I mean, these two guns would be a lot closer in terms of shootability and quality. But I think they're both really, really good options. And so, again, if I decided to do this comparison, not so much to talk about which gun is better, I think that's clearly the Cosaint, but more so like from a value perspective. Does it make sense to spend another $1,500 to have your gun look something like this and shoot like and feel like this versus having the Staccato 3.6? Look, fam, I think that the vast majority of people out there don't need a 2-pound trigger pull on their carry gun and don't want one. I think that a lot of people out there would rather have the lighter weight of the polymer grip module that you see here on the 3.6. I think a lot of people would feel more comfortable about carrying a $2,500 gun than carrying a $4,000 gun in case the gun was ever confiscated because you had to actually use it, right? Heaven forbid. So I think that this is a gun that merits decision. So it is not better than the Cosaint 3.5. I would argue not even close. Right? Not even close. The machining, the springing, the shootability of this Cosaint is just different. I mean, buttery smooth slide, Atlas trigger in it. Reset. Very short reset. Very reliable. Look, there's a reason this is my carry gun. But again, even I am considering picking up one of these out here in California and maybe porting it and doing a little bit with the trigger, and that's it, to have a less expensive carry option. And so, yeah, fam. Yeah. I think the 3.6 merits consideration. I told you guys that I didn't really give the HD P4 or the HD P4.5 much consideration because I already had a C2, I already had a P, I already had an XC. All three of those guns substantially improved, right? Substantially improved. And so I would argue that those other two, unless you're a California resident or a resident in a restricted state that has a gun roster, that now has the P series, the HD P series on there, or you're a law enforcement officer who couldn't get a 2011 approved prior, but now that they're drop safe, you can. I think those guns make all the sense in the world in those particular circumstances. But what I would say about the 3.6 is that this could be anybody's carry gun. Like I said, lightweight, accurate, surprisingly flat shooting for such a short-barreled gun that is non-comped and ported. So look, I would definitely be considering the Staccato 3.6 as a potential carry option. Now, if you really want to step it up and have a crazy operating tool for your carry gun, then the Cosen 3.5 variants out there are, in my opinion, kind of the best carry options other than like a 100% custom gun from somebody like Venom or Combat Precision or something like that. These are the guns that I would be focused on. All right, that's it for this episode, fam. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.